I mean, I think that's I think the thing that I think he's kind of touching on it, really love about Lisztomania is because in a lot of ways it's doing what film can do and we rarely try to do, which is saying that when we make a film, we are very much working within the dream space, psychological space, relational, psychological relationships between things. Like, that's how film works. And, we use that for the most part to do, like, over-the-shoulder shots and, like, conversations where you cut between different sides of people and they can create relationships between those, like how film works. What is truly, I think, genius about Lisztomania, and still Tommy, but to a lesser degree, is that Ken Russell was just like, this is a narrative. There's a narrative thread. There's a beginning, middle, and end. It is, you could put the 3-act structure across this. It'll fit, I'm sure. I didn't try, but you could. But then he said, like, okay, there's going to be clear characters, there's going to be clear dialogue, but this is going to be figurative. This is going to be like a nightmare, like a dream. It's dream space, and as he's just like, we're just going to work in that figurative psychological space, where honestly, like, I don't know if the description that I gave, the synopsis that I gave of the film, makes any sense as a story, because honestly, like, it's a film that just kind of flows from one piece to the next.
Welcome to the Celluloid Mirror mini episode. I am Nicole Solomon. I am hosting today. Slightly unusual, very special treat for all of you getting to hear my voice today. And as an extra treat, it is not just me here on this mini episode. There's someone else as well. Would you like to reveal yourself?
Who else is here, Nicole? I don't know who else is here. I'm here.
You're here?
I'm Sean.
Oh, thank
I'm
goodness.
Occasionally a co-host of this.
And
I sometimes
always
do the minis. So last week's episode was our top 5s because I had COVID, and so we weren't ready to record what will be our next episode.
The one this is a little preview for, just to give you a taste.
Which they heard a little taste of just at the beginning there.
We don't know what that taste was, but it was probably about penises.
Oh, probably. And if it wasn't, I assure you, listeners,
they're coming.
There will be much there will be much discussion of penises on the episode. And if we were recording video of this, you would see how much Nicole just cracked herself up and had to, like, back away from the mic.
There's more where that came from.
Because Nicole is basically Beavis and or Butthead. They have a new movie that I kind of want to watch.
Me too. We should watch it. I want to watch it. I enjoyed the Bob's Burgers movie. I'll watch more like TV animation. Fun. It was good. Not in my top 5, but
no.
Close to my top 10. I think it's hovering.
Yeah,
right
it was
under
pretty
my
high
top
up,
10.
but I think that's because I've seen a lot of movies that I didn't love this year, or that were just kind of like, meh, that's fine. But speaking of which, we do have some addendums to last week's episode, because we've seen other movies since that came out. Nicole, how have movies that you've seen in the last few weeks changed your top 5 list?
Well, as I think I mentioned on a previous mini, one, I saw Neptune Frost, which everyone should see. It is streaming now. It's coming out on Blu-ray next month from Kino Lorber as well, if you like physical media. That is currently my number 3 film of the year. And okay. I also saw Nope this week, which is currently playing at the drive-in at Greenpoint. For anyone else who, like me, is not doing indoor cinema so much, I was able to see it out of doors, and that's my number 2 film of the year. I know that one's getting a little bit of a mixed reception. There are definitely some friends and critics I very much respect who weren't feeling it as much. I definitely want to watch it again, think about some things again. I'm very excited to watch it again, but I honestly loved it pretty much. So that's currently my number 2 of the year. My number 1 currently is still Everything Everywhere All at Once. Honestly, between that and Nope, I really loved both of them. If for no other reason than, I don't know, it's already well established that I like Jordan Peele films and just like basically loved his first 2 films, and I'm trying to mix it up a little bit and not just be constantly, going with the guy I already am praising all the time. And the Daniels are a little bit newer to me as filmmakers that I embrace. So I don't know, trying to spread it around a little bit, but they're pretty close. I really, really loved both of them. I also wanted to make a quick addendum to that. That means currently I think my list is at Everything Everywhere All at Once number 1, Nope number 2, Neptune Frost number 3, and then for like 4 and 5, I don't know, some combination of X, Crimes of the Future, and RRR. RRR was my number 2 when we talked before, and I did want to mention that I saw the movie, loved it, really enjoyed it, have since gotten some context about how, while it plays here very much just like an anti-British colonialism action movie masterpiece, in India it also has a bit of right-wing nationalist connotations in the current moment, which is something that, my level of ignorance didn't allow me while watching it to be picking up on that sort of thing, but has come to my attention since and is complicating my feelings about the movie, shall we say. I still recommend everyone watch it. It is definitely a great time. You get to see lots of British colonists die, and you get to see some amazing action sequences. It's excellent filmmaking, but it has some troubling political implications that I'm thinking about and just wanted to throw that out there. And that's part of why I'm a little unsure about my top 5 currently. Sean, do you have addendums? What have you been seeing? What's happening with you?
I've seen a few things since we recorded. I did watch Fire Island. That didn't crack my top 5. I did watch The Black Phone. That didn't crack my top 5. Both are in the top 10 though.
Yeah, Black Phone's in my top 10 too.
Yeah, but I also saw Nope. I am risking the theaters masked, that's also my number 2. Otherwise, my list, my top 5 list is pretty much the same. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nope, X, Crimes of the Future, and then the Batman.
That pesky Batman, can't get rid of him.
Yeah. The Black Phone. It almost cracked the top 5. It got close with those 2. It was very good, but it wasn't. I don't know. It just didn't quite do more for me. But I really enjoyed it.
No, same. I mean, I think there's better stuff this year, but I did really enjoy it as an original horror movie that freaked me out. I thought it was scary, and that doesn't happen much. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, I watched Good Time last night, but we can talk about that off mic. But I have things to say about that. Really liked my boy's performance in that, though. Thought he was really, really good. Better than in the Batman very good in that. By a lot.
He's better in most things that he's in.
The Batman's just not that great a part, honestly. It's not his fault. It's
like
just,
we talked about. Yeah. It's not that it is not a complex, challenging role. You just go around growling, my vengeance.
Sean, are you the next Batman?
I am. I'm the current Batman.
You heard it here first,
the former
everybody.
Batman. I am the next Batman.
Sean is the eternal Batman. That's a thing.
There is a comic book called Batman Eternal. I don't know what it's about because
it's about you. I think you're living it.
It is. That's my life story right there.
Did other people watch movies and like them this year?
We heard from a couple people. We heard from recent guest Alana Rafferty. So we posted on Instagram stories, and recent guest Alana Rafferty said that and we asked people, like, what's your top movie of the year so far? Hers was hard tie between Everything Everywhere All at Once and The Northman, which I haven't watched because honestly, like, I like that guy's movies, but I see the trailer for that and I'm not interested.
I'm going to watch it. We almost watched it last night before we decided to watch Good Time instead. So I'll weigh in on my opinion, on Alana's opinion soon.
I've heard that it's very good from a lot of people, and I like that guy's movies. I see that and I'm just like, meh, that looks fine. It looks fine.
Yeah, I'm not exactly like it's not on my most anticipated list, but I do have someone's Showtime login right now and it's there, so I will watch it. Basically, is my plan. But did other people like movies besides recent guest, the talented and wonderful Alana Rafferty?
Another friend said Everything Everywhere All at Once, but also The Batman. So Everything Everywhere is topping a lot of lists.
But Batman tied for wow. He
likes Batman a lot. Dude likes Batman a lot.
Can I guess who it is?
No, because you don't know him.
Oh, okay. Never mind. And what else?
I know some people that you don't know. There was just random people out there in the world that you don't know.
But you do?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Sounds
right?
fake.
I got one more response from David Jackson, who I have mentioned multiple times on the show as that guy who's shown me a lot of movies, like Lisztomania, like Xanadu.
Unofficial third ghost host.
Almost. He was almost like he almost like selected half of the season.
Accidentally. That's real power.
Accidentally. It's almost like maybe that we should talk to him about being on the show at some point, maybe, and talk about some movies with him. But I don't know, like, you know, podcast. Do people want to be on podcasts? I don't know. Maybe. But his
hints for listeners for the future. Just kidding.
His favorite is something that I'm pretty sure, well, none of us, or very few of us could have seen. It was streamed, I think, earlier this week. He takes part in, with a lot of other folks in a group called Racer Trash, which remix movies is the best way I can phrase it. They kind of reassign like chunks of movies and they remix it, and they've played it. I think they played it, TIFF, Toronto International Film Festival last year, and Cucaloris and a couple other places. And I think they might have had a South by Southwest thing, but I could be wrong. But anyway, they're doing a lot of interesting like screenings at festivals. Anyways, his was they recently did Wizard of Oz with 3 Z's. So, and he took part in building that with a bunch of other folks. And yeah, so that's his favorite. Did anybody respond to you, Nicole?
Well, when I reshared your story, I did get one response. I'm going to keep the person anonymous because they did not consent to having their name on the show. And usually these Instagram responses are anonymous, but they will know who they are. And they actually had the exact same choices that you and I had for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Nope as like top 2 of the year. And if that person would like to reveal themselves, we can definitely shout them out on the show. They have been mentioned on the show before. They might have even appeared on the show before once upon a time in a previous season. But I just want to let you know, listener and responder. No. It's not Che, actually. Che did not respond. I said previous season. Che was on this season as well. This person has excellent taste.
Dave Mustaine.
If only. I'm sure Dave Mustaine also has excellent taste. But this person, this responder, who actually, unlike Dave Mustaine, has been on the show when the episode aired, unlike that Dave Mustaine episode we had to toss because of all the inappropriate talk about penises, which you know we cannot tolerate on this program.
No, we can't. We certainly cannot talk extensively about penises.
No, not
that
on
is
this
not.
Show. We wouldn't watch movies with penises in them.
No.
Certainly not unrealistic ones. Certainly not 8-foot to 12-foot ones. And certainly not in columns.
That is something that our audience cannot swallow. So.
You can't. We need to wrap up this season. We're not fit to podcast.
Listen. I understand. It's too much, and they just can't take it. It's a bit of a stretch.
Well. But we got to make a firm rule about this, Sean.
It's going to be hard.
It's definitely going to be hard. I mean, but we're just going to have to like stiffen up.
All right. This is too long. This has been going on too long.
Or has it been going on the exact perfect amount of time? I'm the one who's going to edit it. I can cut it down if it's just too much for our audience to handle. And on that note, so did we even say what our next episode's about?
Our next episode will be
the penis
Thor
one?
Ragnarok and the penis movie, Lisztomania. And people are just not going to listen because of how much we just said penis. Which, honestly, fair, like content warning. We talk about dick a lot.
I mean, but also we might get a whole new audience.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
You know,
I'm fine with that. But yeah, we're talking about, why are we talking about Lisztomania and Thor Ragnarok? Should we even tell them, or should they just listen?
No, I think they got to listen to the show. Like, why would we talk about a surreal biopic of a pianist filled with penises, starring Roger Daltrey of The Who from 1975 and the 2017 Taika Waititi
penis-free
penis-free superhero movie.
There is the Hulk's butt.
Thor Ragnarok. There is Hulk butt, but no Hulk dong.
No.
And that's the real tragedy here.
Yeah. And this is an episode we've been waiting to do for a long time. It's actually one of the first ones we discussed back when we were first just thinking about doing this show at all and what it would be and all that. And it's been a long time coming. And then we had to delay it a week because Sean got COVID. So we didn't quite have time to both watch the films and find all the articles and read all the articles. And there's the show notes for this episode are going to be lengthy, listeners. We have a bunch of additional suggested reading material, not all of which is about penises, that you can peruse if you want to delve deeper into some of the themes that we discuss about these two fine films that we both enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Maybe you'll enjoy them too. Maybe not, but different strokes for different folks.
All right, hold on. All right, before we completely alienate everybody, we should probably wrap up. We'll give y'all one more
delicious
little thing.
Delicious hearty soundbite. God, everything just sounds dirty now. Everything does.
But what doesn't sound dirty? What doesn't sound dirty is just slide into our DMs, and let us know what you think. Give us feedback on the show. We can talk about stuff other than penises on the minis. I don't know why you'd want us to, but we can. We're 4 Mile Circus on various social media, yada yada. You can leave us a voicemail on the anchor.fm. Please tell people about us, rate, review, subscribe, all that other stuff.
Even
Otherwise,
if it's just to
we'll
be
come to your house.
You can go
and
to
talk
their
about
house.
penises at your house.
You can go and set up a Zoom call and I'll talk to them about penises over Zoom remotely. I'm not going to someone's house to talk about penises unless they're paying me a lot of money. So Sean will come.
Where's your dedication to the show?
This is what foils us every single time, is my lack of dedication to going to people's houses uninvited and talking about penises. Yet again.
Exactly.
I apologize, listeners. I'm listening. I will try to do better. And listen to our episode about Thor Ragnarok and Lisztomania coming out in 1 week. And for now, listen to this a wonderful, amazing clip that you're really going to enjoy that's coming up right now.
Thank you for joining us on this mini penis.
Bye.
Bye.
also the look of it, honestly, the design, the art direction.
It's amazing.
Is I mean, let's be real. Most of these comic book movies look like shit.
A lot of their design is not good, and one of the reasons why the design in this is so good is because they go back to the source. Like there's a significant Kirby inspiration, which is a thing that just is, and which one of the things that's so marvelous about that, not to bring Marvel in, but just to say, like, is that he had, sometimes people like see his work for the first time and they're kind of like, I don't know, the people look kind of weird. It's like, yeah, but you look past that to the design. He made things look unique. Everything, like these characters would look unique, even though there were similarities. Like if you looked at, because he was the artist for Jack Kirby, he was the artist for everything Marvel in the 60s for a long time. He did this design work. And if you would see like these Thor, and he's like, well, okay, I got to do space Vikings basically, or I got to do, superhero Vikings. They could all look the same. Like somebody else might make, oh, well, just all look like, but if you look at like the artwork on it, they all look just unique, interesting, different. Like they all have a feel to them. And they brought that here, which honestly isn't as present in the other Thor movies even.
The Celluloid Mirror is a 4 Mile Circus production hosted by Nicole Solomon, that's me, and Sean Mannion. Our theme music is Twisted by Kevin MacLeod. You can hear more from Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.filmmusic.io. Please take a few minutes to rate and review The Celluloid Mirror on your podcast platform of choice. It really helps other people discover the show. And if you have questions or comments about what you heard on the show or suggestions for future episodes, please email us at info@4milecircus.com or seek us out on social media. We are at 4 Mile Circus on Twitter and Instagram. Want more Celluloid Mirror and more from me and Sean? Well, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/4milecircus, where you will get early access to episodes of The Celluloid Mirror, as well as uncut video of our recording sessions, featuring stuff that doesn't make it to the final episodes, and access to our Discord server, Patreon-only events, and so very much more. To learn more about everything we do, visit us at 4milecircus.com.